What are the best ways to last long?
So there's a couple of different things. Obviously, there's a whole mental component to it, right? So if you're super excited by your partner, right? If you haven't had sex in a long time, and it's kind of like a novel experience because you've been on a dry spell. Let's say for people who do have sex outside of marriage, then there's a bunch of different mental tricks you can try and employ. So one of the things I used to do during scenes, and one of my mentors actually taught me this. He was a porn star in like the 70s. He used to count the tiles on the roof during a scene.
Yeah.
So like that's just one example, but the idea of engaging your logical mind, right? Let's say you realize you're sort of losing control.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the opposite of this works both ways, right? If I wanted to, let's say I'm not lasting long enough. I'm trying to last longer. Okay. I start to engage my logical mind so that I take myself away from the present moment, right? It's kind of the opposite of what you want to do if you're going for too long. If you're going for too long, you're probably too distracted and too in your head, and you want to focus more on the beautiful woman in front of you. This is actually what I see a lot more with dudes who have a porn problem, is they actually tend to
last too long.
They last too long. Younger guys, especially, if they have a real addiction with it and they've been consuming it from a young age, they tend to have this problem of they can't.
So they're just rock hard, and they're not being.
They can't orgasm with a woman because it's not. They don't have the death grip going on with their hand.
Yeah,
and she's not anywhere near as novel or exciting as all this porn they've watched their whole life. Yeah, but so one mental trick would be engaging the logical mind, just to get yourself back in control. Another thing I tell guys to do is to get more in touch with their body and understand what's called the point of no return. So when you're having sexual relations and you get to a certain point physically, there's nothing you can do right now that's going to stop you from orgasming. Like, you're going to ejaculate no matter what you do right now. You could pull out.
Bomba!
And nothing's going to stop you from... Is that bomba clap?
Yeah.
That's the idea of the point of no return, right? You're there, and it's like, oh shit, I'm one step over the line. No matter what I do right now, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of guys aren't even aware of that
moment,
that feeling, that sensation of approaching it. They race towards that line.
So what's your way to get around that? My technique is like trying to switch positions to buy me some time.
That works.
Or like a finger or something.
Yeah. Like if you want to just delay, right? Eat some pussy if you want to eat pussy.
Haram.
Probably haram. So switch up the position a little bit. Go for we always used to have a saying in porn, which is do your worst first. So the position that you don't enjoy, that gives you the least sensation, you start with that one. Because then you have more control.
Right. Start with the worst position.
Yeah. Because if you start with your most sensitive position as a dude, you're starting off losing control. And then you're trying to recover.
Right.
But if you start off with the one that you don't enjoy the most, and then you progress towards the ones that you actually do get the more pleasure out of. Cool. You start off in control, and then you can progressively lose control.